get a snack, feel free to grab a snack. Did everybody get a gift bag about a week ago in chapel? Lisa made the cookies. You can thank her. You wouldn't want my burnt cookies. But just some information about us. There's my cell number also, my personal email. On the back of the card is directions and also times of the service. A little bit about me. I did grow up here in Cincinnati, graduated from Finneytown High School, went on to graduate from Anderson University, grew up in the First Church of God, and graduated in '93 from Anderson with a management and a marketing degree and a computer science minor. Had my master's of ministry from Indiana Wesley Seminary, and did my master's thesis on turnaround church. Turnaround church in that have plateaued, are declining physically, financially, especially spiritually, or have went through a bad pastoral transition. My mother lived down the hill of Sycamore Hill, not far from here. Walked up Sycamore Hill to go to God's Bible School in the early 60s. And I met my wife. She had graduated in '94 and was teaching high school here. I'll let her share a little bit about herself.
So I went to school here. I've walked where you're walking. I know what it's like to be in a new environment, very much like Brother Moser. I was not used to the culture of GBS, but I just wanted what God wanted for me and was happy to do whatever He asked me to do. So it's a tough time. It's going to be a long several years. And right now, at the beginning, it's all great, but by year 2, 3, and 4, you're gonna be a little bit tired of school. I know what that feels like, and we're here to encourage you through that.
We're not here just to get 2 piano players and a song leader, although we need that. We'll share some more about that. But we care about you. We love you. Want you to be a part of the family. A little bit more about the Church of God, Anderson and Indiana Reformation Movement. Maybe you're familiar or not. Their website, I love it. It's fairly new. Changed the name to Jesus is the Subject .org. And that's what it's about. It's not about me, you, the church, the pews. It's about Jesus. And so we want to keep that in mind and in our hearts and our lives, that Jesus is number one. Probably heard of some people: Bill and Gloria Gaither, Sandy Patty, Stephen Curtis Chapman. I actually went to school with Benji Gaither, Bill's son, there at Anderson. Sidewalk Prophets, all graduates of Anderson University. And with their theme, Jesus is the Subject, this is what I think really relates to this class. Christian service. Jesus is the subject. And I tell people at our church, and we need to be the verb. We need, I'm not an English major, but we need to be doing and being a part of the subject, who is Jesus. And so I know that's a big part of this Christian service class. That's our personal website. Again, I need probably some technical or video help or website help. And you can also get to our Facebook through our website. Some real general directions to the church. If GBS is down here, you would just get on 71 North, go up 71 North to exit 15. It's the exit past Cross County right before 275. Take a left on Pfeiffer. That becomes Glendale Milford. We're actually exactly 2 miles from that exit 15. On the left, right across from the Evendale Elementary School. So real easy. We also have a van that can pick you up. This is a picture of the church from the outside, from the street there on Glendale Milford Road. This is about halfway back from the sanctuary. A picture of the front of the sanctuary. Seats about 350. It was built in the early 60s. Has been remodeled since then, and actually I have an older picture when it sat more than 350. Because this is a picture. How many of you remember when you were kids you had that little book, Where's Waldo? Well, this is kind of a play on word, Where's Pastor Scott? Actually, after I graduated from Anderson, I was working at a church here in Cincinnati with youth and youth ministry, and God called me to Evendale to work with youth and young adult single ministry, college and career, 20 and 30s. And I'm in here when I still had hair, right there. I know it's kind of a blurry picture, but you see the sanctuary is older there, and it's been remodeled since then. But this was pre-Lisa. This was about a year before I met Lisa. We were married in '95, and this first church we ministered together there at Anderson University, or there at Evendale First Church of God. And since then, about 10 years ago, they started on a very serious decline. They lost vision, lost a lot of younger people, and God has called us back. We were in Arkansas 5 years at a turnaround church there. I was working on the state Arkansas Church of God board and helping the state of turnaround and youth ministry. And God called us back home to help turn around Evendale First Church of God. And so that's where we're at, in a turnaround situation. About a year ago with the church in the low 20s, and now we're running 40s and on our upswing, and where we're also going to share about so where we can be a help to you and you could also be a help to us. So I'll let Lisa share some more of vision, mission, and goals and purpose.
Okay, so those are the things I want to talk about today pertaining to this Christian service class. First, let's talk about the discipleship and mentoring. All right, as far as we're concerned, discipleship and mentoring goes both ways. All right, it's not just about somebody older telling somebody younger how to do everything, okay? You have something that the older generation needs to learn from as well. And if our churches would get that, we would be much healthier churches. So we're not here just to boss you and tell you how it has to be done. We want to learn from you too. We want to hear what God's telling you. We're willing to think outside the box with you. So this discipleship and mentoring thing goes both ways, and we're very involved in that. Specifically for your age group, we have a college and career class. I teach that class, and we strive to make that class relevant to you. I've yet to use a Sunday school booklet. I don't even order them. So we study subjects that are very relevant at this age group. We do a spiritual gifts analysis and study that out. What does that mean? Not only what is my spiritual gift, but how do I use that in a godly way? How do I stay away from using it in a carnal way? And so we talk about that and learn from that. We also have done and will do the 5 love languages. What is my love language? More importantly, what is their love language? Because if you will speak to people on the level of their love language, that's when their heart is open to receive what you're telling them. And so it's important for us to learn about these things and be able to communicate to people in a way that they're really understanding us and open to receiving what we're dealing. Just like a preacher, he can preach for 2 hours if he wants, but what good does it do if nobody's listening? So we talk about the love languages, different subjects like that. When we are studying specific Bible passages, we're not just studying, don't spit out to me the 10 Commandments and the 3 points in this chapter. And that's not what we're talking about in this class. We're talking about Bible application. Okay, what does this say? What does that mean? And how does that play out in my life? Okay, we're living thousands of years past Jesus, right? Life out here, it's not the same. Things have changed and things are different. So how does this Word of God, this living Word of God, play out in my real life? That's what our college and career class is all about, all right? And then we want to talk about ministry and service, all right? We are a turnaround church, okay? We have been in a decline, and we are striving to bring this church back to healthiness, all right? It is harder to bring a church back than to start a brand new church. Okay? As a matter of fact, we contemplated closing the doors for a few months and reopening as a new church just because it's easier to open a new church than to bring a dead one back. And so we're working at that. That means we need help everywhere. I'm just going to be honest. We're doing the bulk of the work, and we cannot do it all, nor should we. All right, we need help with music. Right now, I'm the song leader. I don't want to be the song leader, okay? I'm not sure that God wants me to be the song leader. Someone has to do it, so I'm standing in the gap, all right? But if you're interested in music in any way, if you just want to sing a special every now and then, if you just want to play an offertory, if you want to play the piano, we have a gorgeous baby grand piano that needs to be played. We have an elderly lady who hobbles up to the piano and faithfully plays it, but she doesn't want to have to do that every service. And she will be glad to sit down and let someone take her place. If you'd rather do more modern music, if we need some drums and some guitars, well, we'll pray that in and we'll make that happen, okay? So music, if you want to do it, just talk to us. We'll make it happen. We need help with children's ministry right now. Again, We're the bulk of it. We're doing the work, okay? So we started out, we've had Vacation Bible School. We've been there a year and a half. We've had Vacation Bible School both summers that we've been there, and we will continue to do that. We've started a Wednesday night kids club program, and we call it tracks and treats because we put little children's tracks in. But we'd love to expand any of that. We'd love to have someone, if you just want to make hot dogs, we'd love to give people hot dogs that night. We love to, make it more family oriented than just the kids with the candy, right? So that there's room to grow there. If you have an idea, tell us. We'll make it happen, all right? So youth ministry, right now I have 3 teenagers. I know that sounds sad, doesn't it? But we had 0 when we came, so we're up 3. Yay! 1 is more than none. So if you're interested in youth ministry, absolutely, let's make it happen. If you're willing to go out, and we've done this, it can happen, and knock on doors and pick up teenagers and build a youth ministry from the ground up, we will be happy to help you do that. And we will be glad for that to be happening. If you want to preach, we're very open to that as well. Pastor Scott is very willing to open his pulpit. Some preachers don't let anybody preach in their pulpit. Okay? We are more than willing to have you come preach in our pulpit and happy to do so. As far as the foreign students, in the past we've worked with Papua New Guineans, Indians, Kenyans. We're so happy to do that. We love to learn about your culture. We had the students teach in a Sunday night service. Teach us about your culture, and you know what? Let's go to the fellowship hall afterwards and let's eat your food. All right? So I help them cook. I learned how to cook Papua New Guinea food, Indian food. And so I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just tell me what to do. And so we had then a meal to share with the folks, and we cooked for the students. A lot of times they can't handle this processed food, and so we would have pork and rice and sweet potatoes those New Guineans loved, or we would try and make the Indian food. There was a student named Kamal, but he was a great cook himself, so he pretty well did himself. But we know our food is different than your food, and you just wish you could have a taste of home every now and then. So we went up to the market where we can buy food from around the world, and we made that happen fairly regularly. So we're happy to do that. Any kind of outreach ministry, if you want to help pass out flyers, when you pass out flyers, you don't have to talk to anybody. We just put them on the mailboxes or on the door handles, and then if you're shy, that's cool because you did your service and you didn't have to talk to anybody, right? If you want to do something like that, we do that in our neighborhood several times a year, all right? And you'd be surprised at the feedback you get from that. And then any kind of general upkeep of the church grounds. I need Sunday school rooms painted so desperately. When we came back, all the Sunday school rooms look just like they looked 20 years ago when we attended there. That's a shame, all right? Somebody should have been taking care of that. Well, now it's our job, okay? So I have 1 children's room now that, actually 2 have been painted, but I have 1 ready to go that we use. I need the walls painted. All right, I need some more murals painted, all right? A friend of mine helped me do this. The good parts she did, the bad parts I did, but we got it done. This is 8 feet long and 4 feet wide on one of the walls in my children's room. I got a blank board right now waiting to go. And I can get more, but we've got, 16 or more Sunday school rooms that need done. And so if you're talented that way, we'd love to have you come and help us take care of that. But most of all, honestly, just like Brother Moser back there, we want you to be part of the family of God. Amen. If you're saved by the blood of Jesus Christ, you're in the church of God, all right? That's the whole thought behind this church of God. Every blood-washed one is our brother or sister, right? And you're welcome, and we want to love you, and we want you to love us back. And so you're welcome. If you just want to sit in the pew, that's fine with us too. We're not here to work you to death. We just want to offer the opportunities if you want them, but most of all, we want you to be part of the family. And thank you for doing that.
That is the big reason. We care about you. We've been there. We've been to college. We know how it is to be where you're at, away from home. And we want to be a resource, an asset to you. As you help us, we want to help you. And so a part of that also is if you need a ride. I know a lot of people have cars today, but if you need a ride, we'll come down. There's what the church van, the back of it looks like. My number was on there earlier and my email address. We'll come down about 8:45, leave the campus about 9 on every Sunday. I'll be here this Sunday, and give you a write-up for Sunday school and for church and other things. Again, if there's any questions here in a second, but again, our Sunday school is 9:45. Church is 10:45 on Sunday. Evening service on Sunday night is 6. And Wednesday night, Bible study, youth, children's ministry at 7 p.m. And we're flexible to some other things too. All right. Well, thank you.